Kami turun padang, semua dungu berpenunggu. Kami inspirasi sebab itu mereka tiru. Guru kami lain, kualiti nombor 1. Bukan macam tempat tu, asal ke tempat penuh beribu holistik. Ya dulu kami seorang pakai, lepas kami pakai bersepah semua nak pakai. Kualiti kelas pertama, yuran kami tak masuk akal. Mari join sekali, pasti suka kami tak sangkal. Hey up, listen up, listen up. Wanna be a success student, remember about Radha. Remember, inside kita, remember about your study, cause that way, only way, how you wanna level up. Hey up, listen up, listen up. Wanna be a success student, remember about Radha. Remember, inside kita, remember about your study, cause that way, only way, how you wanna level up.
Yang silakan.
10 sebab
10
seronok sebab cikgu bagi step by step, saya boleh faham.
Silakan.
Saya boleh bagi rate 10 per 10 lah. Okay. Ni bukan sebagai apa, ni bukan pasal
Zone we trust to help me level up. Cheer up, Lahazon, we believe our grade will be increased. Stand up with a holistic approach. We sure they are great coach. Chill up, do the best, be the best, who the best, we're the best. Hey up, listen up, wanna be a success student, remember about Radha. Remember, inside kita, remember about your study, cause that way, only way, how you wanna level up. Hey up, listen up, wanna be a success student, remember about Radha. Remember, inside kita, remember about your study, cause that way, only way, how you wanna level up.
Mereka dapat terangkan tajuk yang sukar untuk dipelajari oleh pelajar-pelajar. Terang sampai dapat. Itulah yang paling bagus di Razia.
Razia terbaik.
Hi, Assalamualaikum and good evening to everyone. Welcome to Superpower English program. This slot for today is Ace in Speaking Test, especially for SPM students. Okay, let me introduce my students first here. But before that, could you please give me some feedback if you can hear my voice clearly and you can watch my video also clearly. Okay, we are live in YouTube and also in the Facebook. Okay, let me introduce my students first here, which is we have Anis there. Anis, can you hear my voice?
Yes, Miss.
Okay, thank you, Anis. Okay, if I'm lagging or you can see that my video and my voices is breaking, you can tell me, let me know. Okay, so let me do some introduce first for our class for today, which is this evening. I'm going to share with all of you about the speaking test. Okay, about the speaking test English speaking test part 1. Okay, it is for SPM students. Yeah. Okay, let me share the screen first. Okay, while waiting for me to share the screen, I would like to ask Anis here. Anis, when is your date for your English speaking test? When is Anis your date for English speaking test?
22.
22nd. Okay, thank you, Anis. It is 22nd February. Okay, like we all know, all the students, SPM students, will face the speaking test, which is it is start from 21st February until 23rd February. Okay, without wasting the time, let's do this one first. Okay, so basically I'm going to share with all of you about the introduction to part 1 for a speaking test. Okay, before we proceed, I would like to ask the viewers, the audience, and also the students in this StreamYard, how many parts do you have for English speaking test? Could you please give me some answer? How about you, Anis? How many parts do you have in your English speaking test?
3.
3 parts. Okay, thank you, Anis. Okay, now let's proceed to this one first. Okay, I'm going to share with all of you about the introduction to part 1. Anis, can you tell me, okay, can you do some briefing first? What's the question that will be asked in the part 1 of your English speaking test?
They will ask your name and they will start chat with you a little bit because they want you to feel okay with the situation. Right, Miss?
Okay, thank you, Anis. Yes, you're right. Okay, we'll call it as interview session. Okay, now let's have a look at this one. What is about interview in this part 1 of speaking test for SPM English paper? Okay, basically this is the components of speaking test like we have just now from my students, which is Anis. Anis said the parts that he or she have for speaking test is only 3 parts. Okay, now let's have a look at the first part first. Okay, for the first part, students need to do some interview. Okay, task types will ask students to do some interview. Okay, the interlocutor will ask the students, will ask the candidates about his name, her name. Okay, where do he live? Where did she live? Okay, there's mean by interview. Okay, that is the first part. Okay, the timing is 3 until 4 minutes only that will be allocated in this speaking test for part 1. Remember, part 1 means interview. Meanwhile, for second part is individual long term. Okay, individual long term means you need to wait for your turn for you to speak or for you to talk about the topic that will be given into this part. Okay, remember part number 2 or second part, the task type is individual long term. Okay, the timing is only 3 until 4 minutes. Meanwhile, the last part is discussion. Oh, sorry. Okay, last part is discussion. Okay, this is the last part of speaking test for SPM students, which is part number 3 is discussions. Okay, so basically in this discussion, the students need to discuss among 2 of them about the topic that will be given to them in the speaking test. Okay, so basically this is 3 parts that students need to face in their speaking test. Okay, I'm going to give you some times. Okay, I'm going to give you some times for you to do the screenshots or if you want to take some notes from these components of speaking test. Okay, this is for SPM students, which is Form 4 until Form 5. Okay, so basically this is the components of speaking test that you need to conquer. Okay, part 1, interview. Part 2 is individual long term. And last part, which is part number 3, is discussion. Okay, now let's proceed to the next one. Okay, next one is about part 1. Okay, what is about part 1? What's the interview? Okay, now let's have a look at the discourse features first. Okay, Anis, I would like to ask you and all the audience in this live, what's the meaning of discourse features? Can you recall? What's the meaning of discourse features?
I don't remember, Miss.
I don't remember. Okay, thank you. Anis, it's okay. Okay, how about the rest? Okay, how about the ones in the online, in the YouTube, and also in the Facebook? Can you recall what's the meaning of discourse features that will be asked here? Okay, the clue here is for part 1. Oh, sorry. For part 1, which is interview, discourse features is responding to the questions. Okay. Okay, discourse features here means, okay, discourse features means features of cohesions and also coherence. Okay, what type of questions in the speaking and also in the writing that you need to ask, that you need to answer. This mean by discourse features. Okay, let me put in the chat or in the comment here. Discourse features. Discourse features means the features of coherence and cohesion. Okay, this one is the discourse features. Okay, discourse features for part one in speaking test is the candidates need to respond to the questions that will be asked by the interlocutor. Okay, what type of questions we will look after this. Okay, now let's proceed to the next one. Okay, we have looked at the discourse features for part one, which is the candidates or the students need to respond to the questions. Now let's have a look at the functions of part one. Okay, function number one for first part in speaking test is giving information about self. Okay, the interlocutor in the speaking test will ask you about your information, your information about yourself. For example, your full names, okay, your address, your nickname, okay, something about ourselves. Okay, that's mean for functions number one. Functions number one is giving information about self. You don't have to, okay, students do not have to give all the information about the self, okay, except for the questions that will be asked by the interlocutor. For example, if the questions, okay, if the interlocutor asks you the questions about your name, just give your names, not your age, not your address. Okay? Okay, can you get it? Okay, just give information about self if the questions will be asked by the interlocutor. Not to give all about yourself. Okay, just give information that were asked by the interlocutor. Okay, that's the function number one. How about function number two? Function number two is talking about present situations. Okay, talking about present situations means your routine, your daily routine, what are you doing right now? Okay, that's mean by talking about present situations. Okay, number one, giving information about yourself. Number two is talking about present situations. Okay, present situations means what are you doing right now? Okay, what is your daily routine? That's mean by present situation. Sorry. Okay, next functions number three. Okay, wait, yeah, let me accept this one first. Okay, I got Muiz here. Hi Muiz, good evening. How are you there? Can you hear my
I'm
voice?
fine, miss. Yeah,
Ah,
yeah.
thank you, Muiz. Nice one. Okay. So Muiz, I'm going to share with a speaking test. Okay, this is for briefing for part one of speaking test. This is the functions of interview. Okay. Number three, okay, third function of the first part in the speaking test is expressing opinions. Okay, I would like to ask Anis, what comes in your mind when you see these phrases, expressing opinions? What do you think, Anis, here?
We tell the teachers what we think about the question.
Yes, okay, we tell the teachers about what we think about the questions that will be given by the interlocutor. For example, if the questions, if the interlocutor asks you about the questions about COVID-19, so what's your opinions? Okay, you need to express your opinions, whether it is positive opinions or negative opinions. Okay, that is the number three, functions number three in the first part of speaking test. Now let's have a look at the next one. Function number four. Okay, function number four will be like talking about future plans. Okay, just now the interlocutor asked you about the present situations. Right now, the interlocutor will ask you to talk about future plans. For example, what course will you further your study? Okay, that's mean by future plans. Okay, your sorry, your next step, what's your next step after SPM? That's mean by future plans. Okay, you need to talk about the future plans of yours. Okay, and the last one, now let's have a look at the function number five, which is last functions in the part one of interview in the speaking test is talking about past experiences. For example, past experiences. If you have ever hit by the COVID, okay, that's mean by past experiences. Past experiences like your story, your past story. Okay, what happened to you in the last time? That's mean by past experiences. Okay. Now I have a question to all of you here, which is the one in the stream, yeah, and also the one who is watching the live in the YouTube or in the Facebook. My question is, why do you think the interlocutor will ask you about all of these questions? About yourself, your present situations, your opinions, your future plans, and also past experiences. What do you think? Why? Why this interlocutor will ask you all of these questions? Can I have your opinions, Muiz?
Because he want to know about us.
Why are you laughing there? Because the interlocutor wants to know about you. Okay, nice one. Nice answer, Muiz.
Yes.
How about you, Anis? Yes. How about you, Anis? Anis
They
still
want us
thinking
to
there.
adjust the environment.
Pardon? Sorry, I can't
They
hear
want
your
us
voice
to
clearly. I
they
just
want
hear
us
until
to
them
feel the
feel the sorry.
they want us to adjust the environment, like we can speak after this.
Oh, thank you. Means you're saying that the interlocutor will ask your ability to speak, whether in the past situations or future plans or past experiences. Okay, nice one. Good job, Muiz and also Ainis. I pray that you will get a high mark, a high score in your speaking test for English that will be coming soon next week.
Miss,
Yes, yes.
the interlocutor ask us because he want to know that we can speak English or not.
Yes, yes, that's right. Okay, the interlocutor. Okay, actually, the aim, the real aim of this speaking test is we want to test your ability to speak in English. Whether you can understand, whether you can respond, whether you can reply to the someone who asks you a question in English. Okay, that's the real aim for this speaking test. Okay, they want to know your ability to speak in English. Okay, whether after you have end your SPM, after you have end your school time, your teenager times, I mean, start from 13 until 17, whether you can speak or whether you can listen in English fluently. Okay, that's the real aims for a speaking test. They want to test your ability to speak in English. That's why in speaking SPM, in speaking test of SPM, the first part they will ask you about the interview questions. Why? The first aim is they want you to feel more comfortable. Okay, before they proceed to the second part and also third part. Okay, nice one, Muiz. Okay, now let's proceed to the next one. Okay, now let's have a look at this one first. Okay, this is structure and procedure of part one in your speaking test. Sorry, okay, I have a question here. Okay, if you notice here, at the left side, okay, at the left corner here, I put face, the first face of part one. Okay, now my question is, how many phases do you have in your part one of speaking test? Okay, we have another friend here. Hi, Kirthini. Good evening. Okay, now let's proceed to this one. Structure and procedure of part one in English speaking test. How many phases do you have in your speaking test? Who wants to try? How many phases do you have in your speaking test? Right now, here I put phase number 1. Okay, actually, how many phase do we have for part 1?
I think 3 miss. Is correct or not?
Okay. Muiz sampai dia tak nak orang lain jawab kan. I think. Okay, I think 3. Okay, nice one Muiz. You think 3 phase for this part 1. Thank you. How about Anis and Kirthini? And also the one who watched this live. How many phase do we have? Can you guess?
I think 2.
Anis think 2. Okay,
I
nice
think
one
only 2
Anis.
phase.
Okay, Anis said I think only 2 phase. Okay, nice one. Kirthini, are you there? Do you want to try? Okay, now let's proceed to this one first. Okay, let me answer the questions just now. Actually, we have 2 phases in speaking task of part 1. Okay, we have 2 phases on. Okay, phase number 1 is general introductions. Okay, the general introduction, the interlocutor or the examiner will ask candidates question pertaining to their personal details. What's the meaning of pertaining here? Do you have any idea, guys? The examiner asks candidates question pertaining to their personal details. What's the meaning of pertaining? Do you have any idea? Pertaining? Okay, pertaining means based on. Okay, the examiner will ask the candidates, the candidates of speaking task, some question based on their personal details. For example, like what? Okay, now let's have a look at this one first. For example, what is your name? Where do you live? Okay, this is 2 examples of questions that ask about your personal details. Your name and also your address. What is your name? Where do you live? Okay. Next, phase number 2. Phase number 2, the teacher or the examiner or the interlocutor will focus on specific themes. Okay. The examiner will ask the candidates some questions about topics that are familiar to them. For example, like what do you do after school or what do you do on Sunday? Okay, this is some examples on focus on specific themes. Okay, we have 2 phases, which is the first one is the interlocutor will ask pertaining to your personal details. Number 2, topic that are familiar to them. Okay, they will focus on specific themes. Okay, now let's do this one first. Okay, I'm going to ask Anis first. Okay, Anis, what is your, okay, I need to ask Anis, then we will be asked Muiz and also Kirtini if you are there. Okay, now let's start with Anis first. May I know what's your name? How will you answer this? What is your name?
My name is Anis Nafisa.
My name is Anis Nafisa. Okay, thank you. How about you, Muiz?
I am Adlin Muiz and you can call me Muiz.
Okay, I am Adlin Muiz and you can call me Muiz. Okay. Kirtini, are you there? Do you want to try? I think Kirtini's microphone is not functioning. Okay, it's okay. Okay, now let's have a look at this one first. Okay, if you want to try or if you want to answer the question for if you want to answer the question of what is your name, okay, for example, like Anis said just now, my name is Anis. Okay, Muiz just now said, I am Adlin Muiz. Now let me share to you one strategy how to answer these questions if you want the interlocutor look at you. Okay, now let's proceed to this one. Okay, so basically this is the general questions for part 1 that will be given into your booklets. Okay. Okay, now let's have a look at this one first. Okay. The first strategy that you can use when you want to answer when the interlocutor asks about your name is you can give your answer with a contraction. Okay, you can give your answer with a contraction. Anis, Muiz, and also Kirthini, and the one who in this live, do you have any idea what is the meaning of contractions? What's the meaning of contraction? Okay, you can think
Like
first.
based on
Like
based on the question.
Based on the
Based on-
question.
based on questions. Okay, now let's have a look at this one first. Okay. Oh, sorry. Okay, for example here. Okay, for example. Okay, like just now, Anis said, my name is Anis. Contractions. When you do the answer with the contractions, for example here, my name is Rafizah. You can say my name's Rafizah. That's mean by contractions. Okay, that's the answer using contractions. Later on, I will share with you what is the meaning of contractions. Okay, you make the sentence more short, okay, or shorter. For example, I am Adlin Muiz. You can just say I'm Adlin Muiz without using the I am. You can make it shorter, like I'm Adlin Muiz. My name is, you can make my name's Anis. My name is become my name's. I am become I'm. Okay, now let's have a look at this one first. Why do we need to use the contractions? Okay, can I have Muiz to read this?
It shows your English is at a higher level with the knowledge of using contraction.
Okay, thank you, Muiz. Okay, it said here, if you're using contractions in your answer, it shows your English is at a higher level with the knowledge of using contractions. Okay, my name is will be my names. I am Adlin Muiz will be I'm Adlin Muiz. Okay, I have stated to all of you here, why do we need to put contractions in the sentence? Because it shows your English is at higher level. Okay, for example, if you just using my name is Rafizah, your English level is here. But when you use contractions, your English is at higher level. Okay, my name's Rafizah. I'm Adlin Muiz. Okay, now let's have a look at this one. What's the meaning of contraction? Contractions means a shortened form of a word or group of words that omit certain letters or sounds. What's the meaning of omits? Omits means you eliminate ataupun or we call it as you elicit, okay? You take away the supporting details, okay? Omits means menyingkirkan. Contraction is a shortened form of a word or group of words that omit certain letters or sounds. That's mean by contractions. That's why in my name is, we don't put is there. We just put my names. I am just become I'm. That's mean by contractions, okay? I'm going to give you some times for you to do some screenshot in this one, contractions, and also if you want to take note, you are allowed to do so. Okay, remember to use contraction in your speaking test. Contractions means shortened form of a word or group of words that omit certain letters or sounds. Okay? Okay, let's do one more time. I'm going to ask you one more time here. Okay, what's your name? Who want to try first?
Anis, try first.
Okay, Anis try first. Anis, Muiz said you have to try first.
My name's Anis Nafisa.
Okay, if you can make it become longer. Okay, if you put your nickname. For example, I'm going to use my names. Okay, my name's Rafizah. You can call me Raf. Okay, can you try it one more time, Anis? You can try it one more time, Anis. If the interlocutor asks, what is your name? Oh, okay. I got from Anis there. Anis said, I'm lagging teacher here. Okay, it's okay, Anis. Okay, maybe Muiz can try. You have to put your full names and also your nickname.
Okay. I am Arlene Muiz and you can call me Muiz.
Nice one, Muiz. Okay, that is the first strategy and also the first techniques that I have shared to all of you in the first part of interview for questions about your need. Remember to use the contractions. Okay, let me repeat. Okay, a contraction is a shortened form of a word or group of words that omit certain letters or sounds. For example, my name is Rafizah will be my name's Rafizah. Okay, another tips to all of you who are watching this live for speaking task, you can add your nickname also. For example, my name's Rafizah. You can call me Raf. Okay, is it clear? Okay, let me show
Clear.
to all of you here important contractions or contractions that you need to know. Some of contractions that I have here. Okay, we have how many contractions here? We have four. We have 28 contractions here. Okay, for example, here. Okay, if you notice here, if the word is and with is, for example, where is, who is, he will be his, whose, where's. Okay, you put the apostrophe and then you put s. This is means the contractions. Okay. Okay, let me ask Muiz some questions here. Okay, how to pronounce this, Muiz? I have in using contractions.
Just I have
I have. Okay, there's the full words I have. But if I'm using contractions, what is the pronunciation?
I have I have
Yes, it is I've. Okay, I've. Okay, I've. Okay, next I'm going to ask Anis, are you there or are you still lagging there, Anis?
Miss, can
Okay,
you hear me?
yes, I can hear you very clear. Okay, my name is, sorry, my question is, the word of I will, okay, the phrase of I will, how can we pronounce it using contractions? Here, I will
I'll.
become I'll. Okay, next. I'm going to ask Muiz again. This one, Muiz. Will not.
wool wool like that.
Would
Wool.
like that.
You
How to
mean
pronounce it?
wooden?
Wouldn't. Okay. Wouldn't. Wouldn't. Okay. Wouldn't. Okay. It's okay, Muiz. Okay. That's why we are learn. Okay. Will not will be wouldn't. Okay. I have will be I've. I will be I'll. Okay. That's the important contractions. Okay, you can screenshot this one. I'm going to give you sometimes for you to take notes and also to do some screenshots. Okay, this is important contractions that I'm going to share here. Okay, I got chat here from my students. Mo is running away. Okay, now let's proceed to the next one. Okay, this is like I told you just now, you can put your nickname also for your full name. My name's Rafizah, you can call me Raf. My name's Anis, you can call me my name's Anis Nafisah, you can call me Anis. My name's Adlin Muiz, you can call me Muiz. Okay? Now let's proceed to this one first. Okay? If the interlocutor asks your address or asks where do you live, how you're going to say this?
I will say like this, miss.
Yeah,
Uh,
okay.
uh, uh,
How are you going to say this?
Kalau miss, kalau saya cakap macam ni boleh tak miss? My house is located in Bandar Tasik Sri Maisuri Ceras. Boleh?
Again, okay, let me ask you. Where do you live?
My house is located in Bandar Tasik Sri Maisuri Ceras.
Yes, you can answer like that. Okay, my house is located at Bandar Seri Pemaisuri Cheras. Okay, thank you. Nice one. How about you, Anis?
I will say I live in I live in the Lumayan apartment at Jalan Tasik Maisuri 2. Can I say that,
Live in
Miss?
or live at?
Live at.
Where's the difference between at and also in? Okay, wait, yeah. I need to call my admin. Admin, are you there? Admin? My battery is about to die. Can you help me? Okay. Okay, one more time. Annie, sorry for the interruption. I live at or I live in?
I live at.
At, okay, you want to say your apartment or your the name of the taman. For example, if you're staying at apartment, okay, you want to say apartment Lumayan. In or at? It's
At.
actually at. Okay, I live at. Once again, your apartment.
Lumayan apartment.
Lumayan apartment, okay? But if you want to say the places, the name of place, for example here, Taman Pudu Perdana, you have to say in. I live in Taman Pudu Perdana because in we use in for large space. Okay, meanwhile at we use for the one that we live in this. Okay, for example, you live in at your apartment. Okay, sorry. Okay, now let's have a look at this one first. Okay, it said here, I live in Taman Pudu Perdana. There's the first answer. Second answer is, I live in Taman Pudu Perdana, a short distance away from my school. Okay, you can say all both answers are correct. The second answer provide extra information. Okay, Taman Pudu Perdana tu dekat mana? Dekat je dengan sekolah saya, a short distance away from my school. Okay. Okay, now let's proceed to the next one. Okay, I will give you some times for you to, for you to do the screenshots, or maybe you want to take notes here. Okay, where do you live, and also what's your name for today? Okay, wait, yeah. Okay. Okay, so for today, I have give to all of you two techniques or two strategies to answer these two questions. Okay, the question number one is about your names. Remember to use the contractions because the contraction will show your level of English is higher than others. Okay, if you're using the contractions. Okay, number two for questions that ask your address or that ask where do you live. Okay, you can just say the taman or the name of your place, or maybe you can add some extra information. Okay, telling about your distance from the school and also from your house. Okay, now let's proceed to the next one. Okay, if you answer number two, okay, which is I live in Taman Pudu Perdana, a short distance away, it will shows you know how to use an adverbial phrases. Okay, means you know how to use adverbs, or maybe you can put some adjective. Okay, but for this one, it will show that you have your knowledge about using the adverbial phrases. Okay. So I hope you take note to this one so that you can score well in your speaking test that will be coming soon next week. Am I right? Okay, just now I got from Anis that Anis said
Yes.
22nd. How about you, Muiz? When is your date?
I'm not sure, but
Why are you not
mungkin
sure?
yang penting minggu depan lah.
Yeah, the most important is the next week, okay? The specific tarikh, specific date, I don't remember, okay? Maybe you got 22nd, I think. Okay, now let's proceed to the next one. Okay, I have a question here to Muiz first. Okay, let's start with Muiz. Muiz, how do you come to school?
I come to school by car.
I come to school by car. Okay, thank you. How about you, Anis? How do you come to school? Anis?
I come to school with my parents.
I come to school my parents.
With my parents.
I come to school with my parents. Okay, nice one. Okay, I'm going to ask Muiz. Okay, why Muiz, why are you touching your forehead? You got some fever?
Nothing.
Nothing. Okay.
Anis tadi.
Okay, I'm going to
Miss
ask
nak
you
tanya
something,
apa?
Muiz. Okay, I'm going to ask you something
Yeah.
here, Muiz. Can you give me a reason why do you go to school using a car?
Because I could walk to school because it's so the distance from school to my house is so sangat jauh lah.
What's sangat
Emotion.
jauh? What's that? Far, okay? Okay.
It's so
Or
far.
Muiz, it's far, okay? Or Muiz, you can say like this, okay? I come to school by car as my house is far, okay? I come to school by a car as my house is far, okay?
Miss, if
Okay,
if I
yes.
say like I come to school by car because my house from school is so far. Boleh kan macam tu?
Because my house is, can you repeat?
Far from school.
Far from school because
I
my
come to
house is
I
far from school. Okay, my advice to you, you can just use a short phrases or short sentence. Okay, I come to school by car as my house is far. Okay, it's better than you say that than you use the one that you said just now. Okay. Okay, how about you, Anis? Oh, sorry, let me admit Kirtini first. Okay, maybe okay, I have admit Kirtini here. Okay, Kirtini, do you want to try?
Yes, teacher.
Okay, let me ask you a question here. How do you come to school, Kirtini?
I come to school by car.
By car. Okay, why do you use a car?
Because the distance from my house to school is so far.
Okay, my advice to you, you can answer like this. I come to school by car as my house is far. Okay, I come to school by car as my house is far. Okay, as you can see in this screen, I walk to school as my house is near. Okay, she or he walks to the school because or as his or her school is near. But you can say if you're using a car, you can say because it is too far. Okay, how about you, Anis? Why do you come to school with your parents?
I don't have any other transport.
Okay, nice one. Okay, can you make it in one sentence? I came to school.
Oh, I came to school with my parents because I have no other transport.
I have no other transport. Why don't you use like this? Because I do not have any transport. Or maybe you can say because my school is one way with my parents' office. Okay, satu jalan dengan mak ayah nak pergi office. So dia pun drop saya dekat sekolah. Okay? Nice one, guys.
Miss,
Okay. Yes.
Miss,
Okay, Miss.
if I say like I come to school by car because of it's easier than using the public transport.
Yeah, sure. Okay, you can say that. Okay, I got a question here. Why you use buy a car, not with a car? Why? Why you use buy instead of with a car? Can I have the reason? Oh, Muiz is thinking. Maybe the answer is on the ceiling in his room. Or he look. Oh, this is the answer. Why?
Because with kita guna untuk human, untuk orang. Kalau by kita guna untuk objek or apa benda. Macam tu ke? Betul tak, Miss?
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Moise. It's nice. Okay, let me show to you the difference why you use with instead of why you use by instead of with. Okay. If you're using by means you go to school by a car, the car will just stop at the gate. But if you use with a car means you bring your car along with you to the class. That's mean by with and also by. Okay, that's why in the sentence of transport, if you're using the transport to go somewhere, you use by a car or by a bus. Okay, we don't use with a car. Okay. Okay, so that's all, guys, from me for part 1 interview. Okay, I have discussed with all of you about the general questions, which is the first phase. Okay, next live. Okay, next live, I'm going to share with all of you about the second phrases, which is specific thing. Okay, I'm going to share to all of you using the questions about what do you do normally after you came back from school, what do you do in the weekends. Okay, so I hope this class, this superpower English program slot in Ace in Speaking will help you. Okay, will give you some help on the tips and also how to answer these questions. Okay, so see you soon, guys, in other live. Okay, bye. Assalamualaikum.
Bye, teacher. Thank you, teacher.
Thank
Thank
you,
you,
Kitty.
Miss.
Thank you, Miss.
Kami turun padang, semua dengu berpenunggu. Kami inspirasi sebab itu mereka tiru. Guru kami lain, kualiti nombor 1. Bukan macam tempat tu, asal ke tempat penuh beribu. Holistik, ya dulu kami seorang pakai. Lepas kami pakai bersih, pas semua nak pakai. Kualiti kelas pertama, yuran kami tak masuk akal. Mari join sekali, pasti suka kami tak sangkal. Hey up, listen up, listen up. Wanna be a success student, remember about Radha. Remember, inside kita, remember about you study, cause that way, only way, how you wanna level up. Hey up, listen up, listen up. Wanna be a success student, remember about Radha. Remember, inside kita, remember about you study, cause that way, only way, how you wanna level up.
Yang tersebut. Silakan.
10 sebab
10
seronok sebab cikgu bagi step by step, saya boleh faham.
Silakan. Saya boleh bagi rate 10 per 10 lah. Okay. Ni bukan sebagai apa, ni bukan pasal
Zul we trust to help me level up. Cheer up, Lahazon, we believe our grade will be increased. Stand up with a holistic approach. We sure they are great coach. Chill up, do the best, be the best, who the best, we're the best. Hey up, listen up, wanna be such a student, remember about adab, remember Sai kitab, remember about your study, cause that way, only way, how you wanna level up. Hey up, listen up, wanna be such a student, remember about adab, remember Sai kitab, remember about your study, cause that way, only way, how you wanna level up.
Mereka dapat terangkan tajuk yang sukar untuk dipelajari oleh pelajar-pelajar. Terang sampai dapat. Itulah yang paling bagus di Lahazon.
Lahazon terbaik.